but really for us to have confidence to ease restrictions, we need to have significant opportunity to see those testing rates go up, so we have confidence that we haven't missed any cases of strains of the virus undetected in the community. So I do urge anybody with the mildest of symptoms, no matter where you live, to come forward and get tested so that we can ensure with confidence that when we are looking at easing of restrictions, not only do we look at the low to no case numbers, but we also look at the testing rates, and that's really important. But during COVID, New South Wales has made sure that we're progressing with all of our critical important projects, and where we're standing today is one of the largest infrastructure projects currently in New South Wales, more than $670 million being invested for a brand new hospital here at Tweed. And I know the community needs this and has wanted it for a long time, and now we're delivering it. And what I'm really pleased to announce today is that major works will start. The contract has now been issued this month, and because many of the planning approvals were already achieved, the company that's been awarded the tender can hit the ground running. In 2023, the residents of the Tweed will have a state-of-the-art modern hospital. I've been to the current hospital. I've been there with both the Minister and Mr Provost and seen how challenging it can be, and I'm really looking forward to seeing progress now that the major works will be underway, and I think the community will be very positive about seeing progress every time they come past the site. I want to thank everybody involved, and I appreciate getting a project to this stage in a regional community like the Tweed is never easy, but the fact the community has stood by us and come to this point with us, please know we won't let you down in making sure this hospital is built as soon as possible. I'd like to thank obviously the local member who's been advocating for the hospital, the Minister Hazzard, and also Health Infrastructure, and the private sector who came forward to take on the opportunity. So it is a team effort, and we're looking forward to the foundations being laid and the hospital construction proceeding, and in 2023 having the good residents of this community using the hospital. And of course we don't even mind when people north of the border come to use our health facilities, because that's the kind of state we are. So I'll now allow Minister Hazzard to make a few comments, then Mr Provost, and then we're happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Look, I just want to re-emphasise the message that the Premier made in regard to COVID, and to say to particularly those who live in regional areas, don't underestimate that this virus can be everywhere. So if you have any symptoms at all of a cold or flu-like illness, please get tested. That's the only way. That's the weapon that we all have, whether it's in the regions or whether it's in the city, but that's the weapon we all have to be able to keep COVID at bay. Now, before I say anything on the Tweed Hospital specifically, obviously the Premier was addressing both issues, but before I say anything on that, I'd like to ask Uncle Victor to come across and do the welcome to country, and then I'll say some words about the hospital, and so will the local member. Uncle Victor. Oh, well, we're doing the ceremony after Uncle Victor, righto, okay. Sorry, there's a special ceremony occurring after this. So can I just say, look, what we've got behind us is the most amazing new hospital coming out of the ground. Immediately behind us is the new bunker for the linear accelerator. Further back is the new facilities for obviously more than double the number of beds. Okay, well,
good morning and welcome to New South Wales Health's COVID-19 update for Tuesday the 19th of January 2021. New South Wales has recorded no new cases of locally acquired COVID-19 in the 24 hours to 8 o'clock last night for the second day in a row. 2 new cases were reported in overseas travellers to 8 o'clock last night. This brings the total number of cases in New South Wales to 4,887 since the start of the pandemic. New South Wales Health is treating 101 COVID-19 cases, none of whom are in intensive care. There were 10,621 tests reported to 8 o'clock last night, compared to 8,773 in the previous day. These lower testing numbers are of concern, and New South Wales Health continues to urge people to get tested if they are experiencing any cold or flu-like symptoms, such as a cough, fever, sore throat, headache or runny nose. High testing rates are the key to our efforts to identify COVID-19 cases and to prevent the virus from spreading. This is particularly important in Western and Southwestern Sydney, but especially in areas where cases have been recently, including Auburn, Baralla and the surrounding suburbs. Communities in these areas are asked to be on high alert for symptoms, get tested straight away if they appear, and make sure to isolate until you have a negative result. Everyone in New South Wales should be checking the New South Wales Government website regularly for updated details on venues of concern and affected public transport routes, and follow the health advice provided. There are more than 350 COVID-19 testing locations across the state, many of which are open 7 days a week. To find your nearest clinic, visit our website or contact your GP. Thanks very much.